So, for the first time since April 2018, Manchester City has lost 3 matches in a row. For some, this is just part of football, but for others, it's nearly a catastrophe. It's like a meteor hit the Etihad Stadium. 3 losses, 2-1 to Tottenham in the English League Cup, which might actually ease City's schedule, 2-0 to Arsenal in the Premier League, and a 4-1 thrashing against Sporting in the Champions League. And that Sporting game? Absolutely devastating. And let me tell you, Haaland shares some of the blame here, because without him, City went into halftime without any advantage. In these 3 matches, City conceded nearly half the goals they had allowed all season up to that point. 8 out of the 19 goals conceded came in just these 3 matches, and they only scored 2. For a team with nearly 5 expected goals, XG, for those who don't know, XG is a metric that analyzes the chances and quality of scoring opportunities. This performance is shockingly low, and this is highly unusual for Guardiola's City. After the loss to Sporting, Bernardo Silva said that City is going through a dark moment, which is pretty heavy for Guardiola's team. So let's look at some points I consider essential in analyzing this situation. And I'd like to know if you agree, disagree, or have any other insights. To me, the issues boil down to 4 main points. I'll go through them quickly because they help explain the current situation, but there are also things that might be fixable over time. First, Phil Foden's absence. He's nowhere near being the decisive player he was in the last Premier League season. He started the year sidelined due to medical issues, and even though he scored in the Champions League, he still hasn't regained the rhythm that City desperately needs, especially now without De Bruyne. Second, Rodri's absence, who in my opinion is the most important player on the team, even more so than Haaland or De Bruyne. Without Rodri, Guardiola needs 2 players to try to make up for his absence, and even that doesn't work. He's a defensive midfielder who plays like a number 10, building plays and providing stability. Rodri was the main driver of progressive passes for the team, and his absence significantly impacts their organization. Third, İlkay Gündoğan struggled to adapt. So far, he's been well below expectations, and it's frustrating to see such an important player in the club's recent history unable to deliver. Maybe with Rodri healthy, Gündoğan would have less pressure, but without Rodri, the demands on him are extremely high. And the fourth point, City's vulnerability in defensive transitions. The Sporting game was just one more example. The team is built to defend with the ball, but without it, they're exposed in transition against teams strong on the counterattack, like Inter Milan, United, Tottenham. In short, this defensive vulnerability is the Achilles heel of Guardiola's City. So, to answer the question, is City in a crisis? By Guardiola's extremely high standards, you could consider it a crisis. But I like to look at the bigger picture. In football, what City is going through doesn't really qualify as a crisis. That said, the demand for excellence on a team that has always exceeded expectations is fair. Let's see what this season holds. Maybe we'll have a tight race for the Premier League title. And if anyone can fix this mini-crisis, it's Pep Guardiola. It might even be the last time he does it at City, but who bets against him? Let's watch and see.